for 5 awesome women, and this is Burnice's Corner, coming to you from the corner of my sewing room. Okay, I have a very special guest for you this week, and it's Beanmeister22. And he's going to tell a story about a little bird. And it's a really good story, but it's a sad story. But okay, here's the Beanmeister! Yay!
Hi everyone, Beanmeister22 here. Burnice asked me here today to tell you guys a little story. It's a story about birds. You've all heard of the swallows returning to Capistrano. But do you know the swallows return to wherever they came from? The swallows that live in the eaves of my house, unfortunately, every year they return. The swallows in my neighbor's barn, they return. And, you know, swallows eat the bugs. They're like bats, so I guess they're kind of good. And every once in a while you'll see the neighbor's cat laying out in the driveway, and the swallows will be swooping down and buzzing the cat, and the cat will be jumping from the swallows will be messing with it. That's just swallows for you. But about a year ago I started at a new place, a new job. And where I work, it's a manufacturing facility. It's a large facility. And they have a big warehouse-type building with some manufacturing equipment in there and some warehousing. And swallows live in there. So now it is swallow time again. The swallows are returning to St. Helens. And as these swallows return, they build these nests inside in the rafters and they poop down on you. And that's bad, but that's not the worst. Because in about 3 or 4 months, when it starts getting hot, and after those swallows laid those eggs, and those little eggs hatch, and there's little baby birds pooping down you, as it gets hot up in the eaves and the rafters there, the baby birds fall out of the nest, and they're out on the floor. And I work in a fairly, industrial environment, where we might have heavy equipment like loaders and forklifts and heavy equipment, and yeah. Yes, I wear a hard hat at work, and I have a uniform with my name on it, so that's what I do for a living. So you'll be driving a piece of equipment in a giant warehouse, and there'll be a bunch of baby birds in front of you, inch-high little baby birds skittering on the floor, and you gotta stop and scoot them out of the way, and oh, it's horrible. And as it gets hot, some aren't just jumping out of the nest, some are falling out of the nest and dying because of the heat. So it's horrible. It's swallow returning to St. Helens time again. Yeah, no, it's rough. And the birds in the mornings, as you open the big warehouse doors, the birds will swoop, 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 zoom out. And in the evenings, as you're closing the doors, they'll zoom in. They're quick. And they can find other ways in and out. You just can't keep them. They've tried plastic owls, inflatable owls, you name it. They've tried it. It hasn't worked. So you just live with it. And you can look out across the fields and you can see the swallows out there chasing the mosquitoes and keeping the bugs down. So that's good. You know, we get the bugs eating little bird poop. Yeah, it's a trade-off's okay. But the birds, and then the sick birds falling out of the nests, and the baby birds across the floor trying not to squish them. And then when the baby birds are large enough, not to fly, but to get out of the nest, they kind of fall and jump out of the nest, and they hide around on the floor in different places. Then the mother bird will bring in food for them, or the father bird, whichever the case might be, will bring in bugs for them to eat. And, you know, it's an industrial environment. It isn't always safe for them to be on the ground. Sometimes they make it, sometimes they don't. You know, we do the best we can to keep them out of the way. But you cats, quit that, I'm making a video. They heard birds, they got excited, they thought lunch. Anyways, one of the early casualties, well, he's not a casualty yet, but he probably is by the time you're watching this video. Took this video here of this swallow, and I'll let you see it. It had something wrong with it. Other birds were picking on it, and they were just beating the tar out of it and pecking at it. We chased the other birds, other swallows, and you know it's bad when a wild bird, when you come up to it, will do nothing but stand there, and as you stick your finger out, the bird will step up onto your finger and you can hold it. I mean, what do? You can't save them all. In fact, you really can't save any of them. Find a safe place to put them and hope they survive.
I'm a bird! Caw, caw, caw!
I'm petting a bird. Oh my God, bird flew on my finger. There's bird flu. Not a bird flew on my finger. It's got some pretty good wings. Other birds were picking on this bird, so he decided to sit on her hand for a while.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think he pooping on you.
better not be.
I bet if you tried to throw him and said fly and be free, he'd just flunk to the floor.
I think so.
Alright.
But hey, it's bad enough what they're up against, the equipment we operate and what we do, and then have the other birds beating up on them too. Yeah, it's been a rough week. A couple weeks ago I saw 2 crows beating up another crow. First I thought they were doing crow sex or something, but then I realized they wasn't. So yeah, these dang birds, you know, you send them to school, you buy them books, teach them how to be a bird, and yeah, they're still like this.
That was a really sad story, huh? Yeah, but it was a cute bird. But those baby birds, that's really sad. Okay, here's the bird again.
I'm a bird! Caw, caw, caw!
Okay, that's a cute bird. Okay, thanks everybody. Ta-ta!
Dun, 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 I'm a bird!